What's going on, everybody? Just waiting for my friend called Yann. We were going to be discussing our art accountability over the last week. Just waiting for him, and then we'll get started. Calling in from Spain every week, usually on Fridays. He had some troubles, so we bumped it to Saturday, and that ain't no big deal. Get in, Yann, in a second. There we go. Dun, dun, dun.
Is it working?
There is Yann.
Camera. Yes.
What's going on, brother?
Well, you know, I go through this weekly, like, how do I log on to Instagram TV again? But it's in your story. No, but every time I click on the icon, and it's like, well, where is it?
You just gotta fight it sometimes. You just gotta fight it.
I know.
So
Everything is
fight
okay
for your right to party.
Huh?
Yeah, everything's going great. For me, we'll get into that in a bit. How did your weekly art goals go?
Let's say I'm at 30%.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
That doesn't sound good at all.
Well,
I believe
just
I've
can't get
accomplished everything.
I just can't get enough of drawing I never forgot characters, so I figured I'd throw it in my hat.
I mean,
so yeah.
if you got to, I suppose. Did
If
you only
I
get
have to,
one
I
page
will.
then?
Yes, but it was a killer page, so I'm
It-
pretty proud of it.
That page does look killer, so I can't fault you for that. What else did you say you were going to do? Just another page and then...
So I was going to do 2 pages and fix up in Photoshop the page I was having issues with last week. And then we had about, and I had to look this up, 86 degrees.
Oh, yeah.
No, but 86 degrees Fahrenheit nights. Not talking days. Yeah.
No, thank you.
So there was some sleepless nights besides the looking for a new flatmate, which I did. I succeeded. So
Right on.
yeah. But enough of these.
So let's go over this. Let's go over this real quick.
Yes.
This is weekly updates we do. We are holding each other accountable for getting art goals accomplished. We are both making our own comic series. I am about 9 issues ahead of Yann right now. He's working on his first. I just got my 9th issue sent off to my printer, submitted to Comixology, all that good stuff. We have 3 goals we set for ourselves every week. If we don't accomplish those, then there are repercussions in the form of some bad things that have to happen. Not really bad things. Basically just drawing pinups for each other's OCs, original characters for our comic books and whatnot. They come in many forms. We decided we could also do like Copic coloring or like digital coloring for Yann, since he does mostly digital coloring and whatnot. But yeah, that's the basic gist of it. We will describe what we did over this last week, if we accomplished those goals. We'll set new goals, and then we'll get some punishments in place if we have not met our goals. And we have one set in place that if you miss 3 times, it's automatic karaoke for this stream. So you might want to pay attention every week. We rotate. This week's on my channel. Next week it'll be on Yann's channel. Friday, usually noon Central Time, 7 p.m. in Barcelona. So, yeah. That's about it.
Yeah.
As far as me, I have accomplished my goals. One of the big ones was setting out to get this pin-up illustration kind of done for my buddy. He has a comic Kickstarter going for Dreamer's Echo Volume 2. It's got his original character, Gora, and this other one, I can't think of his name, interacting with all my characters. Just a fun, lovable, like, lion-esque dragon type of thing. I love how this turned out, so that was awesome. Also was getting 9 sent off to the printer. Just did that yesterday. Took about 8 hours to build all the books and get them sent off to the printer because dumb me didn't build, or when I built issue 8, I had to change a couple things, but I didn't save the file holding all the things, so I just had the PDF, so I had to rebuild all the book and everything. And then the third one was to start work on the new comic series, and that's going to be the cover of the first one for Levitate Me. Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
You get
pretty successful. The so just questions. The like sending it off to the printer. Like, what do you mean? Like how?
Basically, it's not very difficult. It's just tedious. Where I'm sure there's easier ways to do it, but I build all my books in Microsoft Word, which basically just build a Word document, put all the images in there, save it as PDF, and then send the PDF off to the printer, and he can handle unboxing all of it and getting it ready for print and everything like that. So, yeah, it just gets tedious when it gets to like page 40, putting it in there, because it kind of, the computer doesn't know how to handle all those pages and all those images all at once, so it kind of just slows everything down. So after page 40, it gets very hard to handle.
But but I'm surprised, like, so you don't just get to drop off a folder with, like, the files, like image files. Like, it has to be...
I basically put it in Dropbox and just have it, he comes and grabs it when I tell him it's ready for him.
Okay, that's cool. And then the cover of the new comic, can we have another look, or...?
Yeah, absolutely.
What's the title of the comic book again?
It's called Levitate Me, and I'm doing it with my buddy Luke Riley that I do Roomies and Movies with every week. This is basically the main character, and he's got a tear coming down his eyes because of something he witnesses. So I was going to do a preview for that for issue 9, but I realized it'd probably be better served if it was in issue 10 when I do the next Kickstarter. So right now, I'm going to be working a little bit on that. I was planning on going ahead with issue 10, but I'm kind of overworked from issue 9 for the last 3 weeks. So I figured working on this new project will be a little bit easier to do something fresh and new. So I think that's what the focus of this next week's definitely going to be. How about you?
Are we going to... well, let me show you what I did manage to do. So I've just put this up on my Patreon, and I've posted like on my Instagram like the odd panel here and there. But this so this page, like, I'm working at 150%, and I really like the original, which is hidden away in a bag. I just realized I should have pulled that one out. I really like the original. It was kind of rough and, you know, like, but it, like, what was on the page is pretty much the same, except, as you can see, like, it's just super detailed, like a group shot here. And, like, this is the kind of stuff that, you know, like, as a kid reading comics, like, this is the cool stuff. Mm-hmm. Like, this is what you want to be able to draw.
Did you have the group shot in the first run? Or the first round?
And you, like, in the I did, but not like this. Okay. Like, it was just a very rough, like, here's characters, like, neatly lined up in 2D, you know?
And it might be a little blurry, but I'd definitely go to his Patreon and check out this page, because he killed it with this one.
Yeah. So, yeah, this is where I started, because because I'm left-handed, and otherwise I smear the ink, I tend to start at the bottom and then just kind of work my way up. But this last panel as well, which is this massive background shot of them having their little meeting, their little huddle. You know,
I love it.
I did it. The only thing I keep fudging is perspective. But you know, overall, yeah, no, I'm totally like every time I start drawing, I'm like, oh yeah, perspective, and then I just kind of go ahead anyway, and then I'm like, oh, ooh, this is going. I need to come up with some environmental excuse why it's all haphazard, you know.
I don't think you got much to worry about it because you're killing those pages. I love how it goes from the group shot and then it kind of like whittles it down into that background.
Out.
Yeah, it like pans out. It's killer.
Yeah, but there's a lot of like I spent a lot of time on this page as well because like this is the kind of stuff that like you know like reading comics, like this is the kind of stuff you want to do, but then you don't really have a reason to draw group shots or environmental shots until you actually start making your own comic book, you know. Yeah. So it's not the kind of stuff that I feel like you can really practice for. So I just kind of had to, you know. But I think it came out good, so I'm very happy. So now I just want to keep the rest of the pages like this quality, and everything will be okay.
That's a high standard you're setting for yourself, my friend. But I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing the whole thing done.
Yeah, no, I'm very happy with how it came out. I just need to keep it at 3 pages a week. That's all.
Right on, right on.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm excited to get back to issue 9 or issue 10 work, but I haven't. Like, I just definitely need a break with it. I think with doing this marker month that I'm doing, where I'm doing my daily sketches, I want to incorporate that into the next issue, where I want to draw every panel, like kind of how Jeff Lafferty is doing, and he paints every panel basically. I think I'm going to definitely sketch out. I think it might be a little quicker because I'm not going to be going through roughs, tighter pencils, and then inks. Like, I'm just kind of doing the drawing in like panel by panel. I think that's probably going to at least cut the time in half. I haven't fully tallied up how long issue 9 took me, but I think it's right around 250 to 300 hours. So it's pretty wild.
Yeah, but like panel by panel, like Jeff, as in you're going to assemble the panels into a page in Photoshop afterwards?
For the most part. I think I'm going to, kind of how I built my cover for my sketchbook, I'm going to like do all these drawings and then put them on a big piece of paper and then scan in sections of that paper and then stitch them all together.
Mm-hmm.
So
yes, yeah.
That's basically the gist of it.
So is that? But so if you want to take a little bit of a breather from I Never Forgot, are you then going to for next week for your challenges? Are you gonna like do a couple of panels for the next comic book, or?
That's the real issue. I think I'm going to. I've got to nail down the kind of character designs. There's 5 main ones that I have to get done. So I'm going to count that as one, as getting the character designs down. Because there's really only 2 that I have to really focus on, but I have to get 5 done. And then I definitely want the first page done. I don't think that's going to be very difficult because it's 3 panels and they seem fairly simple based on how complicated the next few pages get. So I think I'm going to definitely do that. Character designs, then the first page of the issue, and I haven't decided on the 3rd goal yet. But I don't think I really have anything else waiting for me. I guess finally finish up this illustration. I think everything else took precedence that I definitely need to focus on getting that one finally finished and off the table. So I guess that'll be my 3rd one.
What about webtoons? Is that set?
Yeah, the next partial issue will come out. I think it's the first 4 pages of issue 7. It'll give you the run-up of the attack on Happy Town, and then from that point is where 9 picks up. So it'll be nice to have those connected. So, but I can't really count that because I didn't have to really work on issue 7 to redo it for Webtoons.
True.
So just hanging out.
Yeah, true, but it's still works on. It still counts as work on comics.
It's fair.
At least for me, it does.
It's fair. Which is really crazy is because I'm still doing the 100 days and I still have a week left. That's probably going to be putting plenty of work in on the new comic just because I have to get some comic work done every day. So.
But like a week left, like you're in the 90s now? Or?
Yeah. Today is 94, I think. It might be day.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 94.
That's awesome. That's awesome how that's still going strong. There's so many new people I've subscribed to the 100 days.
Oh yeah.
I think Jeff should be in his 90s too now by now.
I think he's back mid 80s right now. I think he had to take that week
Peter,
off because I got hurt.
Yeah.
But yeah, Peter Palmiotti.
And then Peter Palmiotti
starting up.
He's back. That's awesome.
I think a couple of there were a couple hundred new people that started up that just finished a couple days ago. Arp and Matthew. Yeah. So it's
Arp
good.
is up, and Mr. Green Draws. He's on Instagram TV as well. Also 100 days. Karen Monfilio, she's drawing.
Yeah, she's got very mid 40s, I think, right now, right?
Yeah. She's got very meaty videos as well.
All great stuff coming out of the woodwork.
Yeah, it's really awesome how people just keep going. Even though it's summer everywhere.
Yeah,
falling off the bandwagon.
That's for sure. How many hours do you think you sunk into that page you did?
How many hours in this page? I would say, I'm not sure about hours, because I've taken it to work a couple of times, and so at work I think I easily managed to put in like 2 hours here and there, but then I've worked on this page from. Wednesday was the only night I wasn't at home. So Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and then Friday.
Great.
Because I was waiting for the people to show up for the room, looking for a new flatmate, so all taken care of. So I still worked on it. And then today, I easily sunk in 5 hours.
Wow.
So you're just the last panel.
So you're talking about probably about 10 hours or so?
I think a little bit more.
Yeah.
The top panel with the group shots, actually this whole page, like, I think the 3 major panels were all like a full day's work. So like 6 hours at least.
Oh yeah. I mean, it shows it too. I mean, like I said, go to his Patreon and look at that page. It looks gorgeous. Which seems reasonable. I mean, you think about it, you're doing the roughs tighter pencils and inks like all together once it goes. So, and kind of your coloring because you're shading and whatnot with the. So I mean, realistically, that's not bad for a page. It might get a little daunting if you keep putting 3 up a week though.
No, but it's more that it makes me wonder, like if you work as a professional and you try and do a page a day, so that you can still keep 1 day off a week. Like if you're trying to get up to like 24 pages a month, like it's really tight, like it's like the amount of time you have available, like it doesn't allow for screw ups. And I always find that kind of like fascinating to think about, but then at the same time, like there was something I don't know where, but I came across an article somewhere about Jack Kirby, about how when he returned to Marvel after his New God stints at DC, he was doing 4 comic books a month for Marvel.
That's insane. And
it's like, I mean, obviously it was at the height of his powers, and he's very stylized in some of his art, but at the same time, it's like I don't care how stylized your art is, like it's just insane.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking
because
you're talking a comic a week, and you're basically saying about 3 pages a day, and that's not taking days off. Like, that's insanity. And granted, was he inking that as well, or was he just penciling basically?
I actually don't know that about Jack Kirby. If someone else was inking.
I think if it was penciling, it'd be doable. I think if he was doing it all, which I know he was doing a lot of that for most of his career, that'd be insanity. But granted, I mean, he was on another level of most artists. Like, I don't think he really laid down roughs. I think he just got an idea in his head and just put it down with ink, which is insane too. So it's crazy to think like that.
No, but I once read a fun little thing where, like, he basically kind of came up with the comics and just made sure, like, like the whole comic was just fun to read.
Mm-hmm.
And then the plot was very tenuous, so Stan Lee just kind of had to make stuff up to explain the visuals. Because he would make sure that it'd be fun, like, doing page stories.
Absolutely.
And sometimes he would just go, like, completely different direction, and then they would just have to come up with an explanation for it, which
makes sense.
But I also came across like this Wikipedia article on John Byrne, that when he was doing the Fantastic Four, at some point there was a Thing comic book spin-off, and he was doing both at the same time. And it's also like, it's just like I'm having trouble just doing this, and it's like, Jesus, man, like, how?
It gets
how
easier
can they just be
as you, like, I think I was probably hitting those same hours back when I was starting and whatnot. I think once you get into a rhythm and a routine and of getting page after page, also you can't be so precious with your pages, but I want you to stay as precious with your pages because they look gorgeous. So there's a trade-off.
Yeah.
But
it's something to think about, like, just like the level you have to get to be able, like, I'm not saying like John Byrne levels, but like just to, like, be in the industry and like just putting out a book every month.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Hats off to everyone.
That's insane, I think, for sure. So what are you planning on doing for this week then? Don't say 3 pages.
So for this week, I'm gonna stick to the same plan of like pulling off 2 pages fully finished.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, now that the heat is dying down, the flatmate is in, there might be the odd movie that I might go see next week. There's Mission Impossible. I still haven't seen Ant-Man and the Wasp. Is that bad?
Yeah, it's bad that you haven't seen it. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, because I expect it to be a lot of fun, but I still haven't seen it. So there might be one evening after work where we go hang out. But then apart from that, I should have the time to finish up 2 more pages.
Wow. Right on. Yeah. Oh yeah.
So 2 pages and a Photoshop job.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds good.
Plan.
You got any challenges coming up this week that you can foresee?
No, that's the thing. Like, I think like the next week is pretty much going to be smooth sailing. There's some official paperwork I have to sort out on Wednesday. But Wednesday is a national holiday in Belgium, and since I work for the Belgian market here, we get the day off. So I actually have an extra day off. So.
Right on. That's awesome. As far as challenges for me, there's not really too many. Tuesday is going to be kind of a killer for me because I got to go get my hair trimmed, which seems unreasonable, but Wednesday I'm going to have an interview with a local comic shop and getting my comics into their store, so figured I'd look my best for that. On top of doing the podcast with Luke and getting all my other comic work done. It's just a lot of work that, I mean, I can handle no problem. So, what's going on, John, in the chat is saying hey.
Well, there's one of my coworkers is just saying hi. So, hello, Raymond. Maui's there. I think she's still hiding somewhere. Let's see, is she still there? So yeah, there's a couple of people.
Right on. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm excited to see what this week brings. Obviously, it'll bring a couple more pages of yours. And also, you're going to have to do up a Donnie sketch, too. So,
Donnie. Just going to write that down, actually. Put that on my list of things to do. Let's see. Donnie, 2 pages. Eggs, milk, and 1 Photoshop. Awesome. Got it.
So yeah, you got any videos coming out this week then?
I was working on a little video footage. I'm just trying to collect it. I'm still kind of not on an official hiatus, but just kind of taking it easy with Sketchalona.
Right on.
But I'm just I'm just collecting little snippets of video making these pages, and then I'm just gonna save them up when I do a little commentary.
Hell yeah, that's awesome.
So,
yeah, I've been recording about every sketch I've done daily for the last week or so since I started doing markers this week, this month, and they're turning out pretty awesome. So I'm excited about those.
Where are you going to share them?
I think I'm going to be showing the Frankenstein one for my weekly update for 100 days.
Yeah.
And I'll probably throw all the other ones together with some music and just put them up on my YouTube channel then.
Very cool. And when is the next update on the 100 days?
Let's see, it's Saturday. Probably tomorrow. I'll probably get it done tonight and throw it up. So, and then I've got one more for the wrap up, which is going to be insane because with everything I got accomplished, wrapping up, figuring out all the hours that it took, and then all the challenges that showed up when I was starting in like the 2 months that my dad was in the hospital and everything else, like with that stuff, like was just such a wild last 3 months. So I'm excited that most of this is all coming to a head. So hell yeah. So I think that'll do it for the show.
Yeah, it will be.
What were you saying?
So one more time. No, I just like your challenges are going to be the starting on the panels for the new comic book.
Yeah, getting character designs done for 5.
Yes.
Getting that first page done, and then wrapping up the illustration I've got for a commission. So yeah.
Awesome. All right. You want to take us out?
Yeah. We do this weekly. Next week it's going to be on Yann's channel. So if you're not subscribed to Yann, do it right now. If you're watching this on my story later, I have a couple before this live video actually showed up. It's got his page linked, so go check him out. Check out all the work he's doing. Check out his Patreon page because you want to look at that new page. You can find me on Twitter, most likely, is where I'm randomly talking. I think I'll be throwing up my daily sketches here on Instagram, at least in my story. And then you can check us both out on YouTube on our respective channels, same usernames over there for all our sketching videos and updates as well.
Awesome.
That wraps it up.
Yeah. I'll be seeing everyone next week, and I'll talk to you in a bit.
All right, later, brother. Peace out, everybody, and have a good weekend.
Ciao.